Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Batman The Adventures Continue Joker figure, which is basically the exact same figure we got 5 years ago, but it's a new version, slightly to go with the new version of Batman, which I reviewed not that long ago, which, though not as good as I had hoped, it is significantly better than the original release. The Joker figure, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's not. This is going to be a pretty quick review. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just over 6 inches, which makes him pretty close to, let's say, 15.25 centimeters, right around there. And so the Batman figure did receive some updates in articulation and paint job. This guy's paint job is a little bit different, and he has a different head sculpt, but there's nothing else updated. It's still a terrible figure. The joints are ugly, they don't function well. It's not good. The head sculpt itself is very nice. Pretty good, like that. Well painted, well sculpted, but they seated it way too low. He has zero neck. He has no neck at all. It looks terrible. Now, I understand that the other one was the animated series version. This is the Adventure Continues. I don't know, maybe he has no neck in the Adventures Continue, or Adventure Continues, whatever it is. Maybe that's the case, but this doesn't look good. And for those of you buying these to make them your TAS figures, which I'm guessing most people are doing that, this is not going to serve that purpose. It's very poorly implemented. Or not implemented, but executed. It just doesn't look good compared to Batman at all. The shading on Joker is not nice. They did the shading on the sides over here by the lapel, on the two parts that stick out, and on this side it's just one big swoosh. So it looks strange. Nothing else has any shading except the insides of his legs and arms, which you'll never see. You'll never see that. I mean, unless you're actually looking for it, whereas Batman had it all the way around, this guy doesn't have it. So, like, there's no, like, line down. Like, look at Batman's boots, for instance. There's nothing to cause that shading. But we don't have any of that on Joker. So they just don't look good together. Honestly, you're better off sticking with the old one. The old one was a better looking figure. The purple was brighter. The face was more accurate, or not more accurate, but the head was seated higher, so it didn't look all stumpy. This makes him look squatty and fat, and that's not what Joker ever looked like in the show. In fact, he was one of the more normally proportioned characters. So this is a big disappointment. I'm very bummed out about this Joker. I was hoping to have a decent enough set of 2 figures to go with the Batman animated series, and now I wish I hadn't gotten rid of the original one, which is a bummer. So aesthetically speaking, this one gets a 5 out of 10. It's a 99% reused mold, which has not been updated well at all in accordance with the Batman figure. As far as accessories go, we have the 2 grippy hands that come on him in the package, 1 set of gun holding hands and 1 set of card holding hands. Doesn't come with any cards to hold. He does only come with his pistol and a fish. Terrible allotment of accessories. Doesn't have the card. Why doesn't he have a card to hold? The other one came with better stuff too. So accessory wise, 5 out of 10. And as far as the articulation goes, I might as well not even bother, but I will. He can look down just a little bit. Can't look up. Can barely look to the side. Look at that. His whole mouth is below his shoulder line. God, this... Why do they do things like that? Shoulders go out to the side just fine. Rotating forward can't happen. They only rotate out like that. So you can pose him like that holding his gun. And that's it. Elbows get less than 90 degrees. They do have a swivel. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge, and they're all terribly ugly. They have the big bulbous hinges on there. Like, so they put a little swoosh of shading right there. Do it somewhere where you can actually see it. This figure would have looked... Okay. Alright. Well, that happened. Alright, moving on. We do have a waist twist in there, which is good if you want to make him twist his waist. Bringing the legs forward. You can do it, but it's still terribly ugly. Going back, you can do it, but it's still terribly ugly. Going out to the side, you can do it. Oh wow, since I broke that free where it was glued, you can see the glue. It's completely floppy. So that's a first. I've never seen a figure that could do that before. But it's 100% flop. Like, there is zero retention there other than at the very ends where you're forcing plastic. So it's ugly no matter what you do, and These figures are just garbage. The knees get just shy of 90 degrees and are ugly, and the ankles still only have rotation. What a garbage figure. Articulation gets a 2 out of 10. There, I got it back in. That's what she said. Don't buy this unless you don't have another Joker, and even then, get like the expression pack one or the single release. I believe there was one of each of those. I don't remember for sure. Get one of the older ones. Unless these are different scale. I don't remember the scale on those. These might be smaller, but I don't think they are. Either way, this figure sucks. Even if you're getting it just to go with this Batman. Unless you don't care and just want to stand them next to each other, he still doesn't look good compared to Batman. He's very muted, and Batman's very saturated. His blue is bright, his yellow is bright. Joker doesn't have a bright color on him. Very disappointing. Overall rating on this figure is 5 out of 10. It's not worth buying. It's not, like, if you're just gonna stand it there, you'll probably be fine with it, but that's about it. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I have new videos almost every day, and literally thousands, like 3.7 thousand videos on the channel. That's 3,700. So come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.